Hey YouTube, welcome back to a brand new video. As I'm sure you've heard, Nintendo just confirmed the long-rumoured Nintendo Direct will be taking place tomorrow, 12th of September, so in less than 24 hours time. The Nintendo Direct itself will run for approximately 60 minutes, which is huge, and of course discuss upcoming Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch 2 games. You can watch it on YouTube at these times on screen now. Now, September is always a massive Direct and probably the most important, given it's around this time of year where Nintendo begin announcing not only what's around the corner for the holidays, but also begin to preview what's in the pipeline for the next year. So I figured I'd take this opportunity to very quickly break down my predictions for this Direct, keeping it sensible and somewhat realistic of course, and see what we get right. Be sure to stick around to the end to see what my predictions and hopes are for Animal Crossing. I think I finally figured it out. And let's get into it. Now, a 60-minute Direct is going to be rammed with trailers, gameplay and previews for games we know about and games we don't. So I'm going to keep this short and sweet and discuss what I think is the most obvious from Nintendo themselves, starting with new trailers. The obvious is going to be a Metroid Prime 4 Beyond trailer that finally announces the release date. I don't know if they would shadow drop it, but that would be cool, but I think it'll be pretty soon either way. So that's a definite. Kirby Air Riders just had its own dedicated Direct, but I do think it will get another trailer just to include it. After all, this Direct is 60 minutes, so it's going to include a bunch of games we already know about, and Kirby is super popular right now. There's rumours that Pokemon will feature, and once again, given the length of the Direct and the fact Pokemon Legends ZA is coming to both Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch 2, I think we'll also get yet another trailer, as well as a new wave of Nintendo Switch 2 editions, but more on that shortly. Next, I'm pretty confident we'll get a second trailer for Tomodachi Life, most likely in a section of the Direct discussing games coming in 2026. As you know, Tomodachi Life Living the Dream was revealed a while ago now, but after the initial trailer, we've had nothing. So now is almost certainly the right time to start building that hype. I'm still not sure if Tomodachi Life will see a Switch 2 version. It's possible, I guess.
Did you want to talk?
On the back of 2026 games we know about, given we're probably in the building hype stage for the next year already, I imagine Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment will also see the likes of a firm release date. This is purely because it's apparently going to be playable at upcoming events in real life, so some solid details are a must. And to wrap up 2026 titles we know about, I'm sure Splatoon Raiders will get its fair share of coverage too, maybe with a little more context of what the story behind the spin-off is. Moving on, I do think Nintendo will take this opportunity to announce a new wave of Nintendo Switch 2 edition games. But first, the reason this Nintendo Direct is so long is likely because there's going to be a big feature for Super Mario's 40th anniversary. Now, I'm not too sure what we'll see here. I think what I want to see and what we will see are probably quite different, so I imagine this would be the perfect time to announce a brand new 3D Mario game for Nintendo Switch 2 with a 2026 launch date. I have no idea what they would do, but personally I'm hoping for Odyssey 2, just to put that out there. As part of the 40th anniversary, I'm sure we'll see either a new collection of games or a new port. There's lots of people suggesting a Super Mario Sunshine port could be a thing, but I'm not convinced they would when it's already part of 3D All-Stars and will probably come to NSO eventually. Anyway, we'll probably hear something about the next Super Mario Movie 2 as it ties in to the 40th anniversary. Either way, they're probably going to do something pretty big for the 40th, movies, merch, ports, things like that, but at the very least, a new 3D Mario game makes the most sense. Moving on, I think the Nintendo Direct will also announce a new wave of Nintendo Switch 2 editions of Nintendo Switch games, purely because I don't think having like 6 games is enough, given the vast Nintendo Switch library, and also Nintendo obviously wanting everyone to upgrade, so they need to give people reason to, and what better reason than upgrades to games we love while we wait for the bigger titles to release. So with this in mind, I think Nintendo will announce Nintendo Switch 2 editions for Pikmin 4, Super Mario Wonder, which would also tie in with the 40th anniversary, and you guessed it, Animal Crossing New Horizons. Now, I can't make up my mind here. One minute I think, yeah, 2026 is the right time for a new Animal Crossing game. The next minute I'm thinking, it's too soon, the audience isn't there yet, not enough consoles have been sold, and I'm constantly back and forth. But something I can't let go of is the idea of a Nintendo Switch 2 edition of Animal Crossing New Horizons. It's the perfect way to tempt fans of the best-selling physical game over to the Nintendo Switch 2. Now, I don't want to get too much into it as this is a predictions video, but I think another wave of Switch 2 editions is coming, and I think Nintendo want more Animal Crossing fans to invest in Switch 2s, and this would be a great way to do it. And if they did, I'm sure any additional content would focus around the multiplayer aspect, adding things like camera support and stuff like that. But yeah, at this stage, I think it's more likely Nintendo will announce a Nintendo Switch 2 edition of New Horizons than a new game. But of course, like the rest of this video, it's just my opinion and current mindset, who knows. And finally, throwing in a wild card into the mix, just because why not, I'm really hoping we see a new Nintendogs game or some kind of spin-off from the Nintendogs franchise. So yeah, those are my predictions, focusing solely on Nintendo IPs. I'm sure we'll see plenty from third parties too. As for my hopes and dreams, well, I would love to see a little preview at the end teasing a brand new Animal Crossing game coming to Nintendo Switch 2 in 2026. I'd love to see remakes of the Oracle games in the art style of Link's Awakening and Echoes of Wisdom, and finally I'd love a brand new open world Zelda game that steps away from Breath of the Wild, although I doubt any of these 3 things will actually happen. So there we have it, we've covered some fairly sensible Nintendo predictions that I think are relatively safe bets, with a few wild hopes that I'd personally like to see. But what games are you most looking forward to? Do you think a Nintendo Switch 2 edition of New Horizons is on the cards? Will Tomodachi Life get a new trailer? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.